Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Saturday night. You know what that means. It's time, once again, for the Kamen ZEZTZ-udan, the only show on the internet that looks at the greatest television show ever made and just marvels at it. That's what we're here for, isn't it? That's what we're here for the greatness that is Kamen ZEZTZ. And who am I but a humble host to just talk about it with y'all. Welcome to the discussion show where we talk about everything that goes on in the episode as it happens and after the fact. This is the Kamen ZEZTZ-udan. I am, of course, your host with the absolute most, the mercenary with the rider kicks, coming to you from the year 2286. It is Call Sign Henshin coming to you once again. What a beautiful night it is to see our boy Baku take it to that next level. As we're finally going to see, hopefully we see Extreme in action, because we just saw this man at the end of last episode just steamroll some punks. Like, we didn't even see it. We just see them fade into the oblivion. We didn't, like, how fast is this man's moving? Like, how fast is he? Like, I gotta know. Are we talking supersonic speed? Like, the man just went in and they just powered down. Amazing stuff. But we're going to finally, hopefully, see that tonight. So if you're not already, don't have it up in the back. It is the pinned comment on YouTube. On Twitch, we will give a shout out to the Kamen ZEZTZ YouTube, to the Twitch channel. You guys can watch it on either platform as you see fit. But I require, obviously, as I say always, or I will start saying always, remember that you do not have to have my stream on to enjoy ZEZTZ. As a matter of fact, I encourage it that you go watch on the main feeds to show your support so that Toei knows that we give a damn. And then when the show's over, come on back. We'll have a discussion about it. Because here's the thing. I don't need the numbers. I don't. They do, because we need to keep showing them that we like this. And it's such a goddamn good show, man. Like, it's so good, and I'm so ecstatic that this is what we started the world expansion of Kamen Rider with, because my God, if this show didn't already tell you how amazing, if it didn't show people already how amazing Kamen Rider is, it improves upon itself every single week. And it's crazy. It's crazy just how well it's been going so far. Like, it's just been an absolute great show all around. Just keeping us guessing every week about what we're going to see. Every week, man. It's a new thing. We're just caught here on the edges of our seat every week. Like, storytelling cannot get any better than this. I'll be upfront with you. I will be 100% upfront with you. You can't measure the amount of greatness that we've been witnessing every single week. Like, it sounds like I'm blowing, like, hot air up there. Nah, man. I am speaking from the soul of how good this show really is. That's from the heart, baby. That's what it is. So by all means, I hope, like, it continues. And we're getting close to the end. We're getting close to the end. Like, if that hasn't made itself apparent already, we are nearing endgame. Like, I don't think there's a better... I don't think there's another way I can phrase it. We are reaching endgame status here on the mothership. And there's nothing better. There is nothing better than seeing how this is all going to be put a nice little bow on top, you know? But at the same time, we don't want it to end. We don't want this stuff to end. We love it here. We love this shit. That's what we're here for. this is what we're here for. So, like, I cannot just begin to tout the laurels of this show. If this is your first time seeing me, hi, how you doing? But second off, you need to be watching this show. You need to be dissecting it like we are. Because, man, there's a lot of shit going on. There's just so much going on. We literally witnessed Baku die and come back last episode. The man continued to fight until he was dead, and then in his own mind palace spent the better part of 19, almost 20 years creating a new Kamen Rider belt for himself. That was literally the entire episode. Him, in his last moments of his subconscious, trying to piece it all together so he could become the hero he needed to become. He died so he could come back as Extreme. That was the entire crux of the episode. The nightmares became real again. He has to fight them down, but he has no belt. Because the episode before, his belt was destroyed when he destroyed the dark version of himself. The nightmare version of himself, as you will. So now that he did that, he had no way to fight, but he wanted to continue fighting and died for it. And in his last moments, spent the better part of 20 years designing a new belt for himself. So he could come back as the fucking GOAT. As his end season form, Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan. Like, here's the thing. We've been thrown lore at. We've had lore thrown on us, dumped on us. We've had, like, just outright, just heavy implications to everything that's going on. And yet, last episode was possibly, quite possibly, the most powerful bit of storytelling I have seen in my many years as a Kamen Rider fan. The amount of, like, emotion, the amount of, like, heartbreak, the amount of just seeing him try to succeed, seeing him constantly stumble until he finally hits that end goal with that new belt. Like, that was emotion, my friend. There was tears, there was happiness, there was heartbreak. Like, dude, there was everything. Like, I can't even begin to, like, describe. Like, I feel like no words can truly describe what we witnessed last week. There are no words. So, for us, as viewers, like, it's a ride. This entire show is a ride. And we're here along for it because, my God, that is some powerful storytelling. No one, like, it was just him. And every so often, people he knew in his life would interject as the voice in his head that would tell him you can't do anything, that you can't accomplish anything. His own friends became his worst enemies in his head, but he continued to fight. He continued to keep trying. He never let himself be disheartened. He never let himself, he never let the voices win. And then seeing those voices at the end, once he's created the belt, seeing those voices suddenly smile at him, happy as hell. It was almost like they had to say those things. They needed to light that fire under him. Okay, I've been yapping long enough. I just realized we have 15 seconds left. Hold on. All right, and let me go ahead and turn off the music. And here we go. He's an agent. Yes, he is. And he does it well.
ZEZTZ の力を失い、普通の高青年に戻ってしまった俺は死んだか？夢の中で最後まで諦めず、想像できることは実現する。
19 years, man. In his own head. That's powerful stuff. He is the ultimate agent, baby.
ミッションを遂行する。
ミッションって？
ミッション。レスキューネ。
Holy, whoa! Wait, what? Hey, whoa! My man is shaping reality right now. What the fuck? I hate that I have to mute the theme. I love the theme. I would love to hear it, but for copyright reasons I can't. But still, right out the bat, we're already showing that this dude, like, if this is an end game, I don't know what it could be. My man just literally decided, I'm gonna fall over into the dream realm right quick. He's bending reality to his whims. Not dream reality, reality itself. Holy shit, man. Like, if there was no better way to set this up, like, this is peak. Like, I can't, there's no other way they could have set that up. That was beautiful in its execution, in its way of doing it. Like, holy fuck. Like, a man of few words. He's the ultimate agent. Like, what do you say to that? I mean, he is. That's his joint. That's him. That's the man's. Man, that is just so, that is a powerful opener, my friend. That is a powerful opener. My God. Like, you can't get more powerful than that, my friend. Oh, here we go, baby! The old inserts, baby! Uh-oh. He ain't dead! Oh yeah! Freaking move, freaking move! Oh my God! They're back! A foolish question indeed. Nice! God, we're back to episode 1 vibes. Holy shit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Damn! Oh, now there's some secret agency! You forgot you're in a dream! You can't kill him! It would have been cool if, like, the bullet hole would be in there, and then it like just fizzles over. Jesus! You took that brunt to the face! This, oh my god! We pulled out the stops! Gun, baby! Gun!
よくわかってんじゃねえか。別にあんたに吐かせる必要はない。何の真似だ。
You don't need to make you talk. The Zet Store!
潜入するんだよ。あんたの深層心理に。
That is so cool. He makes his own doors now.
俺を捕まえたって無駄無駄。夢の中じゃ俺は自由だ。
まだコードに協力する前のジークか。
人の心に勝手に踏み込んでんじゃね
Oh, damn. He got that good mind control. White Moon, what? Agent? Bodyguards? Okay, what we cooking here? Is that Bad Luck Folly? Is that General Folly? What the hell? God damn! You got Bad Luck Folly in here! Just random mobster! What the fuck? Bam! I recognize that build, man!
人が豚箱にぶち込まれたってのにいい夢見てんじゃねえか。
Like, the beard's throwing me off. But I feel like that's him. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, it is the face profile. That feels like Bad Luck Folly.
起きたことが現実にも起きることだ。ここで俺が引き金を引いたらあんたはもう二度と目覚めないかもな。
Nope. Holy shit.
Around the world, leaders of criminal groups, such as gangs and fraud groups, along with politicians who are suspected to have ties to them, have been dying one after another.
Look like he's dead.
こうして夢の犯罪者ジークが誕生した。懲役50年。
This fucking power-up is amazing. He was the fucking, Light Yagami of Dreams, dude!
懲役100年。
Ce matin, il a été confirmé que Monsieur Jabot, constamment
This shit's getting deep, my guy.
et Monsieur Benatué, surnommé le faiseur de rois,
夢も世界も俺の思いと
And yet, you're still sitting in a...
懲役200年。
You're still sitting in a prison cell. Jesus!
The cause of death is believed to be acute heart.
It's fucking Death Note! It's a fucking Death Note! He's a walking Death Note! What the fuck?
Es ist wahrlich ein Mysterium, dass an verschiedenen Orten gestorben sind. Außerdem wurde
He didn't even write down a cause of death. He was just writing names.
懲役1000年。
いつだって都合がいいのは権力を持ってる側だ。死刑にすることだってできたのに、あいつらは俺を生かした。実験に利用するためにな。
コードか。
ドリームラーニングは最高に飛べたよな。ナイトメアに出会えたんだからな。
あんたの深層心理に宿るナイトメア。
This man is just doing his own thing now, man. Tell me of the nightmare that threatens your past. Oh, here we go, baby.
面白いな。
悪夢に恐怖を感じるか。
現実も悪夢みたいなもんだろう。お前は俺にどんな悪夢を見せてくれる？
This is... Oh my god. Pull him in!
あんたは自分の命と引き換えにナイトメアと融合し、夢の中で生きる力を手に入れた。
He sold his soul, man.
最高にクールだ。
Meanwhile, back at Code.
ナイトメアに関する情報統制は現在対応中です。
You fuckhead. Hated you the moment I saw you.
その不可能こと。ええ。あれを起動すれば話は別ですが。
これって取り調べか。
おそらく事情聴取の一環だと思います。ナイトメアの情報が SNS で拡散されて、ここまで大ごとになったのは初めての。
今さら何を調べるっつんだよ。ずっと信じてなかったくせに。おう、副総監がお出ましとは随分大ごとだな。
藤見さん。
いいから座りなさい。
は。
ナイトメアと呼ばれる存在に関して君たちが掴んでいる情報が欲しい。
ようやく信じる気になったか。
今後の方針について近々動きがあるだろう。海事課の処遇も含めてね。
まさか海事課が復活するんですか？
南雲君はもうコリゴリだろうが。
私たちにやらせてください。
Holy.
安全保障に関わる重大な任務です。藤見さんと一緒に。
Damn. Nasuka just going in. And they just carried on their day?
バック。ちょっと帰ってくるよね。
He fell to the ground and they just went. Well, I guess they couldn't do anything else, I guess. Oh yeah, baby. Whoa! Oh damn!
ここで叶えたんだね。
Bro, what a call! Oh my god! It was real.
目は見てきたが、そいつは別格だ。その悪夢を花咲かせられるのは母親でも組織でもない。そいつ自身の罪がナイトメアを進化させるんだ。
Damn. My man just said, breathe.
彼女は必死に夢を信じた。だからこんな姿になってまでみんな守ろうとしたんだ。
Look, man, if Nem doesn't become a writer by the end of the season, I'm gonna be pissed. It feels like they're setting up for it.
ネムの夢は俺が守る。
So that begs the question, if Code didn't give you that belt, where'd you get it? That sword, where'd you get it?
悪夢は夢を超える。
夢は悪夢を超える。
Ah, here we go, baby, the yin and the yang. Full rise.
I'm on it.
Henshin. Rider. It's beautiful. I love it. Ah! So good. I hear it. Come on, you gotta do the eye thing. If you don't do the eye thing, this is pointless. There it is. Very nice. Very nice. Ain't no undoing that. Sorry, Z. Looks like your time's up. Boom! Oh. Woo! Hit him! This is some Dragon Ball Z shit. Look at it. Look at him go. He's going X Games. He's going X Games. Where are all the other nightmares in the cages? That's a big question there. Woo! He's going nuts. He's going off the wall. He off the chain. Woo! Behind you. Boom! Cratered! Okay, hold on, I gotta mute because fucking copyright, but punched him into place. God damn. Ooh! Oh. Nope. Oh damn! They tricked me out. They tricked me out with the freaking insert. Holy crap! I'm having Get Backers flashbacks. Just 1 minute. Did you have a pleasant sleep? He made you believe. Oh man. Punish. That's a no. Nope. He's got the hack, baby. This is the end. This is the end. This is the end game. Nope. Down. Holy shit. Skyscraper. Oh. Nope. Do those words really come from you? Or did the nightmare put those thoughts inside? Holy shit! He's gonna put him through some shit. God, I wish. Oh my god, this goes hard. My guy! What did you think was gonna happen? He's already shown you he controls this world. Oh god, here we go! Here we go! The Sea of Blood. Rise! Short rise. God, this is some powerful shit, my guy. Oh, he chooses... Oh, my God. He chooses the reality where he wins. Oh, my God. This is some heavy shit. Great Banish! Beautiful.
永遠に眠れ。
Later, Z. It was good knowing you. Now you can go back to being Tachibana, please. Please. Oh, he's a little... All is right in the world.
ゼッツ。
またあの男に救われたか。
He's a man of his word, man. Wait, what? Like, there's no better way they could have ended this. Holy shit. That's beautiful. So does she wake up now? Does she wake up now? Like, what? Uh-oh.
さあ、夢の断りを変えよ。コードスムニア。
Oh. I'll make it. Whoa! I'll make your premonition. Oh.
夢は我々が管理している。
平和のため命を捧げろ。
私のせいで傷ついたみんなは救われる。
やめろ。
お前はエージェント失格だ。
God damn. Wait, anime? What? Hi, what? They just turned them into a VTuber. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Holy. That's like, That's all I got. That's all I got, man. Holy fucking shit. Obviously I didn't see how that episode was going to turn out, but obviously it had to end with Zeke dying, right? Like, there was no other way that could have gone. Zeke had to die. And did Zetz legitimately just kill Zeke? I do believe he did. I don't know. But here's the thing. You know for a fact that after Zetz, they'll find a bullshit way to bring him back. They always do. But here's the thing. It's kind of a powerful thing when you think about it. This man doesn't even reside in the real world, so you had to kill him and the nightmare linked to him. So that was really powerful stuff. Like, it's not even that, maybe it's not even that simple. I don't think it's that he can pick what timeline he can choose to know. I think he could just look at variable dream outcomes, right? So yes, it's kind of like choosing a timeline, but I guess a better word for him is he can choose a dream line. Because it kind of goes to the thought process of that the mind is unpredictable, right? But he can narrow down the absolute, but he can narrow down kind of like the, not in the, they don't phrase it like this in the show, but the way I see it, he can kind of map out the neural pathways of the dream to see which outcome the brain is thinking of would be the best one. So in a way, he's kind of controlling it. You know what I mean? It's like he can see the possible outcomes the dream could do. The thing is, the brain just, we don't know which one the brain would choose. So normally it'll choose one at random. But in this case, he managed to get the power to get in there and absolutely just get in there and like choose the one where he wanted that dream to go. Right? Which is crazy. Like, in a sense, he is controlling the timeline of the dream, which is batshit insane to think about. This man got reach. Like, if there was ever a better way to showcase that power, it was this episode. He can actually go into people's subconsciouses now. Before, he could just manipulate the dream. He can only go into their dreams. Now he's going right into their subconscious. Like, he is changing the game to the point now that Code has to change the game. That 3 has to change the game. So by the looks of it, Code Somnia is literally the way to control reality itself as if it were a dream. Which is mental. That's insane to think about. It's a lot to take in. I'll grant you that. It's a lot to take in. But even then, like, I don't feel like... I feel like this was the right way to do it. Like, the execution was on point. And overall, it was, like, just beautiful. It was beautiful. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better episode for this power-up. The question now, though, is... will his power be enough to overpower Code Somnia? That's my big takeaway from this. Because here's the thing. You're showing a power that lets you shift reality. That's clearly what 3 has in his arsenal. I feel like, because the way it is right now, if we're looking at the episode for what it is, Baku's mind and body are one and the same now. His mind and body are now one and the same. That's why, while he's in the dream world, there is no physical body of him now. He is an interloper between the two worlds in the most literal way possible. He's no longer just visiting with his mind. His whole body is in there now. So I feel like the logical way they're going to play this off is when 3 activated Code Somnia literally manipulates everyone in the world, but he wasn't in the world. He was in someone else's dream. He was in Nem's dream. So it was like, yeah, my guy, just what are we doing? You know, like, he'll see everything's wrong. Where's Baku's daddy? He's in prison. Specifically a Code prison. They got him on lockup. They show him in the preview. Because 3 apparently needs something from him still. Because 3 is in there with him. Well, not in there, but he's like on the bars, like looking at him. So they still need him for something, but the question is what for? I mean, obviously it would probably mean that he still has information regarding Code Somnia that he can't reveal. Or he doesn't want to reveal. So 3 is probably going to have to pry it out of him. So I don't know if they're going to go that far. But, or how far they're going to take it. But still, like, so much of that whole thing, like, just so much of what Zeke was up to was crazy, man. He was a walking embodiment of a Death Note. He didn't write people's names down. He went to their dreams and killed them. And then what did they claim happened to the bodies when in the real world? Acute heart failure. This man is Light Yagami in Death Note form. He's Light Yagami in Kamen Rider form. That's what he was. My man taking out motherfuckers execution style. That is crazy, man. Zeke was smiling when he died. But in that weird... How do I put this? Kind of like that weird psychotic way where it's that kind of weird psychotic smile where it's like it's a bunch of emotions at once. How do I put this? So like he's happy, but he's also panicking, right? Like he looks like, like I don't even want to say relief, right? It's not relief, because that's not the face he was putting on was. It's weird, but it's in a sense, it's very on brand for Tachibana, because he was really expressive in Blade. I mean, y'all know that one particular scene in Blade where he's making this fucking terror face and it's like he looks like Frankenstein or some shit with this facial expression. Like that's what he was kind of doing there, though his eyes weren't like bulging out of his head. It was just more like he has like a weird mouth range, this guy. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just like I don't know how to put this into words. It's just like like I can't even show you because like I have a helmet on, but like it's like his mouth is like super wide and he's like trying to show all his teeth, and then he's emoting like that. It's super weird. Like I can't put it into words. Like, it's hard to explain how it looks visually. It's hard to explain. But overall, it's just sort of like he's, like, emoting by having his mouth, like, stretching his mouth as far open as it can. Like that. Like, so he's like, I don't think that's him trying too hard. I just think that's him naturally. You know, like, I feel like that's his joint, is that like that's how he emotes. Because my guy, like, when, like, you'll notice that like when he has specific emotions, his mouth just goes massive. Like, it goes big, man. Like, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. But overall, man, it was kind of crazy to see. Like, I feel like this particular form, Extreme, to see it work in action is kind of cool, if I'm being perfectly honest. You've never understood why Toku villains smile when they die? That's a loaded question. Because it depends on the villain, really. When you get right down to it, when you think about, like, Zeke's whole thing, he wanted to see a bad dream that never existed before. That was his whole thing. Zeke wanted to see a bad dream that he'd never seen before. In a sense, Extreme gave him that by killing him. So in a sense, there might have been a happiness there that, because if you remember the line that he says, that was a bad dream I've never seen before. So it almost feels like in his head he's kind of vindicated. And because of that, he just starts kind of smiling. But again, it's a Tachibana smile, so it's kind of whacked the fuck out. Yeah. It's like crazy. Like, I can't even, like, again, I wish I could describe just how it is when this guy's going through intense emotion. Like, it's kind of crazy to think about. Like, it makes me realize that I haven't finished watching Blade, and I need to go finish watching Blade. Because I watched it, like, years ago, and I never finished it. But now we know 3's plan is in action. But it's kind of crazy. Well, to be fair, they kind of superficially knew the premonition. But that one particular scene in the preview, where they're repeating the scene at the end of episode 25, leads me to believe that 3 might know more about Baku's premonition than anyone else does. And I don't know how that's possible. Like, how do you know more about something when you weren't in the room? When you weren't in the room, right? Like, they didn't have code people in the room when he was telling the story. 5 and 6 showed up after. Like, he finished telling the story. Like, when he finished telling what his premonition was about to everyone else, there was no code agent. When 5 and 6 showed up, the story was over. So there's no way they could have known what his premonition was. All we know is that Zero did say they had to move up the timeline. How you no longer are safe from Baku. I feel like you're safe from him as long as you're not on his radar. Right? As long as you ain't doing some fuck shit, you're safe from Baku. But, like, the minute you do some fuck shit, oh, if he finds out who you are, your dreams are not safe. If 3 reveals he's Baku's long-lost brother. I don't think they're going to go that far. That's a little extreme. Because it would imply that, like, at some point, like, I mean, it would be funny if, like, he calls him, like, 3 calls 0 daddy while he's interrogating him in the fucking cell. Though I don't think it'll be because 3 is his son as well. It's just gonna be because 0 actually started giving a fuck about Baku as a son. So he'll probably just say it to mock him. I don't think I don't think 3 is related in any way to 0. I genuinely don't believe that at all. But I feel like he would say daddy to him just to fuck with him over the fact that he actually opened himself up to Baku, like he actually gives a fuck. So I feel like it's going to be like a teasing thing. Does that mean 3's power? Here's the thing about that. I don't know. Because 5 and 6 also had Somnia. So I don't think he's getting a power-up of his own. Unless he's like, when he spun it in the belt, that's the main one that's controlling everything. And the ones that we see 5 and 6 have are just kind of like smaller versions of it. Right? Like, the ones that 5 and 6 have don't have the same amount of power as the OG that 3 has. Because he doesn't want to risk 5 and 6, like, rising up against them. Even though 5 is loyal to code to a fault. But if, for some reason, they had that same amount of power as him, if they were on his same level, they could easily overpower him. So I'm pretty sure those the Somnia powers that 5 and 6 have are not on the same tier as the one 3 has. So what if he made a deal with a Gore Nightmare like Zeke and Baku? I wouldn't put it past them. But, how do I put this? Well, here's the thing. Well, I don't know if that Zeke's body was in the dream realm. So, and then Baku can still exist in the real world when he merged with Catastrum. So, looking at it like that, and if you look at 3, he hasn't slept. That man has not slept in a fucking fortnight. He has not slept for a good time. I don't think 3... I mean, I'm willing to... If he is, I mean, it would make sense. But something tells me that 3 has not merged with a nightmare. With a gore nightmare. I don't think that's what's happening. He's power hungry, yes. But if he had a nightmare, then why the hell would he need Code Somnia? You know, if he has a gore nightmare, if he fused with a gore nightmare, then what does he need Code Somnia for? He wouldn't need it. Because the nightmare would be giving him powers similar to how Z gave him powers. But he clearly needs Code Somnia for something. It just feels weird that if he had a nightmare, why would you even need him? You know? Like, if you have the power of a nightmare already in your body, if you've already merged... Today, we steal the moon! Okay, Gru, chill. No, but in all seriousness, man, like, literally, like, if you look at it like that, same aura level as Tendo Soji, I can see it. I can see it. But when you look at it like that, it's kind of telling. He's, like, I feel like 3 is not willing to make that kind of deal with a nightmare and wanted power in his own way, which is why Code Somnia was like a big fucking deal for him. Because Code Somnia, in his mind, is that power that he wants. I don't think he did it just to be the leader of Code. I don't think that was his shtick at all. The fact that he is now the acting leader of Code... Can we talk about the new opening? No. I didn't see anything new in the opening. I was looking at the opening. There was nothing really new about it. But here's the thing. It's literally a thing of he's only leader of Code from happenstance, but that's not what he wants. Oh, I didn't see that part. Or I didn't notice it. But here's the thing. He's the power of being the leader of Code is not what 3 wants. Code Somnia has always been his end game. That's what he's wanted since day 1. That's what he's wanted since the beginning. He wanted Code Somnia. So, I feel like because now Zero has been... The GOAT Tendo can never be compared to anyone. That's fair. But here's the thing. The way I see it, it's very much a thing of 3's doing this for him, himself, and him. I don't know what's the him or her equivalent of me, myself, and I. But he's doing it for himself, him solo, him Mero, him Macho, you know, him. It's his personal game and he's manipulating Code to his own whims. He pretty much manipulated... They manipulated them to arrest Zero, who is their fucking leader. He takes over the throne, and now he's taking over Code Somnia, which gives him the power to rewrite the reality of the world. This was never about Code. This was about him. 3's in it for himself. That's what it is. Because nothing that he's doing screams that it will like it help Code in any way, shape, or form. Nothing that he's doing screams that. He's been quiet. He's been keeping to himself. I wonder if Code Somnia is like a lockdown, everyone locked out of their own juice. I don't think so. I think it's just them manipulating reality as if it was a dream. That's what it looks like to me. They're just manipulating the realm, the world, as if it's a dream world. I mean, I could also see that being a thing, being locked out of your own dreams. That'd be horrible. But I don't think that's what it is, because they literally show, why does Nox not have his final form yet? Time. Clearly that black orb that he took from the lady is his final form in some way, shape, or form. I have a hunch that that black orb that he used with the Breakum cannon, that might be the orb that lends his final form, because it has a nightmare in it. Remember? The nightmare that birthed Nem is in that freaking capsule. So I feel like that's Nox's power-up, because he didn't use it in this belt. He used it in his gun. So, you know, the good possibility that's his power-up right there. But the rules are about to change. So as a different nightmare, it's the same one form, the final episode of the premonition. So the way it's going to be, the way I see it happening, right? Oh, okay, no, I got a better understanding of it. Okay, it's not that they're locked out of their dreams. It's not that people are going to be locked out of their dreams. Code is going to control their dreams. Code is actually going to be the overarching governing body of what you dream at night. So it's not that you're not going to dream or you're going to be locked out of your dream. You're not going to have say in what you dream. I saw it again in the preview and I'm like, oh. So the way it works is that they're going to control specifically what you dream. You can't have lucid dreams. You can't have nightmares. You can't have bad dreams or good dreams. They are going to dictate what your dreams are. So that's what it is. So ultimately, it's going to come down to, how does this affect everyone? How does this go going forward? Like a dredge. Everyone thinks about this one creature and becomes real. Like the gore. I feel like it's too early to state what the gore nightmares are specifically, because they haven't been acknowledged. Like, we only know them because obviously, you know, the news comes out and things like that. But in the show themselves, they haven't even acknowledged them. So you can't even say with utmost certainty what the deal is with the gore nightmares. We have nothing to go off of to speculate. If they show up, they need to make themselves known. And I think what's happening, if you want my honest opinion on it, I think the reason why we're getting now into Code's plan is that obviously ZEZTZ is going to kill it. ZEZTZ is going to destroy Somnia, and with it, Code. So that means pretty much the lady's ambition is fulfilled with Code being destroyed, because that's going to be all freaking Baku on that. So they're pulling it out now instead of being it like an endgame thing, because they want him to, because the gore nightmares are going to be the final focus. So personally, I think that's the reason why Somnia is getting the trigger pulled now. Because at this point, if you destroy Code, then the lady has nothing to fight against. So at that point, it's almost like Baku and the lady can come out on mutual ground once the gore nightmares show up, and they can be the ones to take out the gore nightmares. So it'll be ZEZTZ and Nox come together. That's my thought process. We're getting out Core as the villain out of the fucking way and paving the road for the gore nightmares. That's what I think. That's my thoughts. But as always, guys, I always want to know what you guys think. So if y'all would do me a favor, when you see this on your feeds, please, in the comments, tell me what you think is coming next. What do you think the theories are that is what do you think? What's the big theory that you think is coming within the next 16 episodes? Because we're getting close to the end game, folks. We're almost there. What do you guys think is going to be the end-all be-all? Like, where do you think the story's going? Because I personally think the gore nightmares are going to be, like, the big thing. So we have to get Code out of the way first. But, again, I'm always open to hear what other people think. I'm always open to theories, so make sure you leave them in those comments. I always check them. I always be looking at comments. By all means. So give it a look-ski. Give me your thought-skis about it. Let me know what's going on in your head. What's going on in that brain of yours? What are you guys thinking is going to happen with the series going forward? Because I'd love to hear from you. The gore we see in the next looks like a bee. Is it one of the confirmed ones? Because I don't follow leaks and stuff. So can you tell me if that's the ones? You know? If it was one of the 4? Because it's 4 gore nightmares. These aren't like... Because there's 1 female gore. Yeah, but... Here's the thing. Right now, we need to get Code out of the fucking way. So I feel like that's the game plan here. I feel like that's where they're going. So, but again, I'd love to hear you guys' theories on what's the next move now that Code has activated Somnia. What do you think is going to happen? Let me know in them comments. And with that, I think it's about time we start winding this down. Thank you all so much for coming out to another edition of the Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan. We're almost at the end, folks. It's almost there. But we don't want it to end now, do we? Why would we want it to end? It's freaking good. We don't want it to end. But unfortunately, all good things gotta come to an end. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you guys had a wonderful night. I will be seeing you all tomorrow for another edition of the Space Sheriff ZEZTZ-udan, which is also in the end game. Which is crazy to think about. That show just started and we're almost done? That's crazy to think about. That's kind of crazy when you think about it. ZEZTZ might be top 15. I think it's the top show ever. Like, we have not gotten any kind of this level of storytelling from any Kamen Rider series before. ZEZTZ is top. It's S tier. It's an S tier show. Possibly the best Kamen Rider of all time. And I have no doubt I have no self-doubt in saying that. I have no doubts at all. I am convinced. Anyways, on Twitch, I'm going to send you over to Peony Playing Possum. On YouTube, don't even worry about it, but on both platforms. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan. As I said, I'll see you tomorrow for the Space Sheriff ZEZTZ-udan. If not, I will see you here. Oh, wait, I forgot. There will be no ZEZTZ-udan next week. No Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan will be happening at the time of, unless, of course, I somehow managed to, unless somehow the wrestling show I'm at next week gets out early, like last time. But unless that happens, do not expect a Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan next week. Instead, we'll be doing the Superhero ZEZTZ-udan on Sunday with both Kamen Rider ZETZ and Space Sheriff ZEZTZ-udan next week. But tomorrow we're still doing the regular Space Sheriff ZEZTZ-udan, so please tune in for that. On behalf of me, myself, and I, thank you all so much for coming out to another edition of the Kamen Rider ZEZTZ-udan. I will see you all tomorrow, and if not, I will see you next Sunday for more Tokusatsu shenanigans. Until then, I am Callsign Henshin, reminding you that the future is in your hands, and your hands alone, to conquer. So conquer it by any means necessary. I love y'all, and I will see you next time. Peace out!